Hey everybody, I'm here with George from Delia's in Arlington, one of your two locations. I got another one in Alexandria. Previously talked with your chef Chad about the great food that you guys have here. I want to talk to you a little bit about the business, how it grew, why you took over this location, and where you guys kind of see yourselves going over the next year, couple of years, how you see Delia's growing.
Yeah.
So first, let's start talking about the location here. You're sort of in what we call a donut, with Delray on one side, Shirlington on the other, taking over a beautiful location here.
Yeah.
What was the inspiration behind getting into this space?
The inspiration was just simply getting into it quick. I didn't want to go into my second location having to spend $1 million plus. We kind of used it as you can get in there quick, not spend a lot of money. It was in good shape. There were still a lot of pieces in place that we can kind of just build off of. Architect came in here and did an awesome job. She's a designer as well, so architect-designer came in and did an awesome job and didn't spend a whole lot of money to do it. Kind of moved some things around from what it was existing, sanded, painted, new furniture, and you have a good-looking place. So that's pretty much that was my goal behind it, not come in here and spend $1.5 million for a pretty decently sized space. And come in here and spend some decent money and go into the next one in about a year and a half.
Yeah.
So that was kind of my thought process behind it. So it's me and my older sister, and she kind of just does the back of the house stuff, and I kind of ran through it with her, and she's like, okay, if you feel it's going to be good, go for it. So it's kind of what my thought process was.
Well, it's a beautiful space. It's very well designed. The decor is very nice. It fits with the food and the style of the place. So was that a thought at all, trying to make it fit with what you guys were thinking?
Correct.
In terms of menu?
Correct. The architect designer, again, if you see someone like the blue tiles and all that stuff, that's kind of like the Mediterranean theme, like the nautical type theme that we were going for, with a little bit of other rustic pieces with some of these reclaimed wood. So yes, it tied into what the food was. That's the way she thought about it, and that's the way we try to relay it.
You can tell you definitely get that sense and that feeling being here. Talk a little bit about the differences between here and the Alexandria location. Alexandria location obviously has been there a little bit longer, but what's some of the differences between the two?
So Alexandria it's been there for about 10 years in April. The thought process between Alexandria and Arlington's menus was I had to give Chef Chad his chance to kind of do his thing. I told him these are the things that cannot and will not come off. I don't care what it is. And we agreed upon it. I mean, like the pizzas, the dips, like the salads, majority of the appetizers were going to stay on no matter what. What was new to this was the house-made pasta. So the house-made pasta was a new thing, and then some of the seasonal items and things that he wanted to do and bring from some of his other culinary backgrounds that he had talked about he wanted to start and do. So I agreed upon that, and that's kind of how we started, and that's when we ran with it.
So the things that really stick out to me, my grandma made pasta, my mom made pasta, so house-made pasta obviously is a big draw to me personally. That definitely stuck out. Also, the items that kind of incorporate the Greek and Mediterranean taste with more traditional, which we call sort of American food items, like things on your brunch, like the chicken with the harissa in it. To me, I was just like, this is such a great idea.
That's one of my favorite ones, the harissa chicken biscuit. Yeah.
And that was brilliant. And I'm also a Southern guy, so chicken and biscuits really sticks out to me. And incorporating that, like the way you guys did, I really enjoyed.
Yeah, I mean, some of Chad's background is kind of more fine dining, and I had to kind of relate to him, like, we got to keep it simple. That was my biggest thing here, was let's just keep it simple. And it took us a couple of months to kind of figure that out, but after we finally figured that out, we're starting to see a little bit of a return on it with some regular and loyal customers. So but some of those pastas are killer.
Oh man,
yeah,
they really are. And you can always tell the difference in pasta that's made in house and pasta that's not made in house.
You'd be surprised though. You'd be surprised with some pretty high end chefs that are using some high end dry pasta.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I would lose the taste test.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I know there's some high end pastas out there that are dry that will pass that test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tend to test places with their gnocchi. If you nail a gnocchi. Then I'm like, all right, you're legit.
You know, Chad wanted to actually take that gnocchi off with the short rib in it, and I said, if you take that short rib gnocchi off, I'm kicking you out of here. That's a home run. That's something you don't take off your menu. And he agreed on it. I mean, in the end, it's our number one selling pasta. Besides the seafood asparagus, it's the number one selling pasta.
I believe it.
Yeah,
it's tremendous.
Yeah.
A lot of people look at that like gnocchi. What's gnocchi? They don't understand. Like gnocchi
Yeah.
to me is like
Just
the
eat
pasta.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's so good. With short rib. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, y'all, y'all, come try it. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
seriously.
So you come from a restaurant family.
Correct.
You guys have got a couple of locations that your
Yeah.
parents run, correct?
Correct.
Talk a little bit about that, about growing up in the industry and how it sort of led you to where you got.
So, mom and dad started Delia's in 1981. I was the ripe old age of 3 when they started that. So, you know, I have people that still go there. Like, oh, I know you when you were this big. And I'm just like, yeah, I know I'm old now. But, so, you know, their background was like that diner-esque family-style restaurant. My dad does have background in Italian food, so you know, Springfield is your typical Greek American family type restaurant where it has a little bit of Italian, it has a little bit of Greek, it has a little bit of American, it has a little bit of everything, and it's like it's an enormous menu. And like I go in there, I went in there yesterday, and I'm just like, oh my god, this menu's so big. So yeah, it's been the family staple for 38 years, going on 38 years, I should say. And again, it has a little bit of everything. So me and my sister, both sisters have grown up in it, and so that's all we know essentially. Yeah.
So talk a little bit about this location, what you guys got going on. You've got a very big space, so I know you have some events coming in, things like that.
Yeah, so the space that we're sitting in right now, we try to use for private functions. We do obviously seat back here Friday and Saturday nights when it gets busy, but we use it primarily for private events. We just had a big Christmas party in here on Saturday night, that with the patio right next to us. It's a good side space. You know, we're trying to get into the whole wine dinners and, you know, tab takeovers, and I just had to get everything going in the right direction before I started doing stuff like that. But yes, our goal is to have a lot of private functions, have socials here with, you know, whatever, real estate companies, stuff like that. But parties, anything like that you could think of is a perfect size for it. It can go anywhere from 40 to 60 people in this back room. Besides that, I don't think there's any type of events that we're doing else right now.
Well, this is a great space for that. You know, it looks very nice. Obviously, the decor is great, the food's great, and you know, having a dedicated space that people can use for their events, their parties, or whatever, it's a very nice spot for that. I definitely recommend it if anybody's looking to put something on in the next couple of months. This would be a great spot to look at. That's different than I think most people have been dropping into. They're used to the normal ones, and maybe they haven't had an event in a place like this. It'd be a
They stay with the norm, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what are some of the goals moving forward for this location and the Alexandria location?
Awareness, man. You know, like you said, this is a donut. I have people that still live behind here that have no idea that we're open, and it's downright frustrating because I like to say that, you know, food will win out, but it's obvious that we're going to have to do a little bit more homework. In Alexandria, I have the movie theater, I have the National Science Foundation, I'm going to have a Wegmans there pretty soon, so it's a little bit easier over there than it is. You know, we're trying to get some mailers out, we're trying to get a lot more social media awareness out to Potomac Yards, to obviously Amazon coming in, VT coming in, Del Rey behind us has no idea that we're here. So it's not like we're in the middle of nowhere where no one can get to us. We just have to make it known that we're here. That's my biggest goal, is make sure that everyone knows that we're here.
And they should know you're here because the food is amazing. I'm
Yeah.
just going to tell you straight up, the food is amazing. My favorite thing on your menu is the octopus. I am an octopus lover.
Yeah.
What is your favorite thing? I know that's hard. It's like choosing your favorite kid, but
So everyone thinks that just because they see Brick Oven Pizza that we're just a pizza place. I've grown up on pizza, 38 years of eating it. I would like to think I know what I'm talking about. I love my pizza, but there's so many things that we have on this menu. We have fish, we have lamb, we have the lamb shank, which is downright ridiculous. I don't know. I can't give you one.
Can't pick one, baby.
I really can't give you one.
So give the people who might be watching a recommendation on something that they might not have tried before. All right, quick little camera problem there. So we're switching over, picking up where we were. We were talking about something that someone could try that would kind of blow their socks off. It's something different than they would ordinarily get. You mentioned the octopus.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we have different things in each part of the menu that I think sets us apart from a lot of other places. Octopus is one of those things. It's not your traditional olive oil, lemon, stuff like that, oregano that a lot of Greek pieces do. We try to incorporate a little bit of both Italian and Greek inside of it. I'm gonna go the traditional route, man. I'm gonna say our wings are just downright crazy. I keep on telling people I think I can win best wings in DC, and I sincerely mean that. I really do. We got other things that kind of incorporate Greek and Italian as well, like the saganaki. Again, it's traditional, but I think they're both very good. And the other part is the short rib gnocchi, man. It's something that you're not going to see on Italian menus because you're not going to incorporate short rib in it like the way we do. And I think it's an absolute home run. And besides some of the entrees, the entrees are traditional as well, but they're simple. So if I had to go back, I would say octopus, wings, short rib gnocchi.
And I'm going to put a vote in for the chicken and biscuit brunch.
I didn't even think about the brunch menu. I'm sorry. Yeah, the harissa chicken biscuit is.
If you come for brunch, trust me.
Yeah.
Because it's amazing. Yeah. It's absolutely spectacular. So last thing before we go, lots of restaurateurs who watch these. Any advice for someone who is thinking about opening up a restaurant or has just opened up a restaurant? Lessons learned, anything that they should be looking out for?
Don't get married because your butt's going to be in the restaurant 24/7, 7 days a week. I've grown up in it, my whole life, and I've had the support behind me, and I've also had the support next to me with the group of people that I have. My biggest thing, and what I would tell people is, whoever you go into it with, trust, because you need that partner involved with you to kind of go through this process. You're gonna learn something new every day. I still learn something new. I mean, I can't even tell you how long I've been doing it for. I kind of got thrown into it.
Right.
You didn't even ask me how I got into it. My parents just left and went to Cyprus with my sister because she was going to get engaged, and they said, "Here you go,
run it."
I said, "Okay." So I don't have the culinary background. I've kind of taught myself absolutely everything. I'm not a chef, but I know just as much as a chef would. Is when you go into it, you better make sure you're prepared for every single thing. And if you do have a partner, make sure you absolutely know everything about that person to make sure you guys go into battle together, because that's what it's about. It's a battle. It's a long war, and you have to be ready for the ups and downs. It's hard because it's so different for every single restaurateur. Some people do not want to be involved at all. Some people like to be involved with absolutely everything, which is me. I need to know everything that's going on in the restaurant to make sure it's running smoothly.
That's something I've found a lot of people talk about is they went into something with a partner and that thought they were best friends and on the same page, and 6 months in they're at each other's throats because they were not on the same page, and that turns into a major league tension because you're going to be spending more time together than you are with your own family, your wives.
No comment. I got horrible stories on that. I mean, it's tough even going into it with sisters and brothers, mothers and fathers. But for the most part, they try to make it coexist. But it's hard, man. It's hard.
It's definitely a lesson. Before you get into that,
money changes a lot of people.
It certainly does.
It changes a lot of people. So it's kind of hard. tell people to go into business with other people when you don't know how they are with money. So, anyways.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me. Any last thing you'd like to say to anybody who's watching about coming in to see you guys?
Come and give us a try. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Like you said, we're in a donut in this area. Just look us up on our website, Google, anywhere, Yelp. I mean, we're highly in a good passable area. We got great parking, free parking, and great food. So come and try us.
I 100% agree. If you're looking for something different that you're not going to find a lot of other places, I would highly recommend coming in and seeing them at any time of day. There's great stuff for lunch, great stuff for dinner, there's great stuff on the brunch menu that you're not going to find anywhere else.
Right.
Every time I've been in here, I've tried something different, and I've loved everything that I've got. So, and I've not tried the wings, which means that the next time I come in, I have to try the wings, because I love wings. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much for talking to me, George.
Thank you, man. Pleasure.
And come in and see them. You're going to love it.
Thank you.